What's up, guys and girls? This is Dylan with Diverse Ford Research and Built to Drive Media. Today we're going to be working on Civic. The other day I was racing a STI on the freeway and we were doing like 120 for maybe 6 miles, and then we finally decided to race and I got the car up to maybe 140 for about 1.5 miles. The STI owner did give me the thumbs up, but as soon as I looked down at the exit, my check engine light was on. So even though it was a thumbs up, it still sucked to have that check engine light on. So today I'm going to show you how to change a crank fluctuation sensor on a Civic, because right now we got a check engine light and I want that thing gone. So this job's gonna take you about 45 minutes. The tools that you're gonna need is an impact gun, a 19mm for the crank pulley. You're gonna need a 10mm. You're gonna need a 12mm, a 14mm, 12mm wrench, 3/8 drive ratchet. Also make sure to get a brand new sensor. First things first, we're going to take off this valve cover by removing all these bolts. I've changed these to Allen keys. Then we have the factory 10mm up top. Then we'll go ahead, remove the wheels. We're going to take the crankshaft pulley off. After we take the crankshaft pulley off, we'll be able to take this timing chain cover off and get to the sensor, which is plugged in right here. So this is the third sensor that I'm replacing on this car. It's just cheap sensors. I don't mind replacing them. It takes me about 35 to 40 minutes, so it's not a big deal for me. Let's go ahead and get started by pulling this valve cover off. Now, before we get into all the crazy stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and start the car. I have an OBD2 scan tool that's permanently hooked up to this car. So we'll check the code right now and see exactly what that code number is. This is the OBD2 smart digital meter. We're in neutral right now. Alright, so what we're gonna do is go to settings. Go over to OBD diagnostic. It's hard to see because like the sun's not playing right now. But this is the OBD2 diagnostic setting right here. And then what we're gonna do is scan the check engine light first. It says it's a p1337. So a p1337, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get that for you guys, but whatever. P1337, now that we got the code, we're gonna clear the light. So this is why it's cool to actually have one of these inside the car. But this light's like important, so it pops right back up. Clear the light. Pop right back on, guys. All right, so I just wanted to let you guys know where we're at, and that's pretty much where we're at. So when we put the new one on, if that light doesn't pop up like that, then we did a good job. But if it pops up like that, honestly, we might have a problem somewhere else. So I'm hoping, but the cool thing is that this light pops on instantly. So if it's fixed, it's fixed. If not, at least we know and we don't have to wait like some other sensors where it takes, 300 miles before it registers. So let's turn the car off and give this a shot, guys. Alright guys, so that took us about 25 minutes to get everything disassembled. When your disassembly is all done, you should be left with a crank pulley right here. Make sure you don't lose this key. It's very small. Don't lose that. So you'll have your crank pulley. You'll have your timing cover case. I'm hella dyslexic. You'll have your timing chain cover case, and then you'll have your valve cover right here. At this point, we're right where we want to be at, which is getting to this sensor right here. So that's a 10 millimeter, and then on the other side right there is another 10 millimeter, and then it's clipped in from the top, so I'll unclip that. We'll pull that out. There's a little push pin thing on the back of this. We'll unclip that, and then we'll slide the new one in, and then reverse installation on everything. While you're under here, it's a good time to clean this and check for leaks and stuff like that. I've probably driven this car maybe 20, not even 20, maybe 10, 15,000 miles. And this is all I got, so I mean, that's not bad. And I've been pushing the hell out of this car, so that's not bad at all. But also you could tighten up your oil pan bolts and make sure you retorque it. That way the gasket's sitting on there even, or else you're gonna have little leaks and stuff everywhere. This is our replacement sensor, guys. Yay! So let's get this thing reverse installed. Alright, I don't want to bore you guys, so with a little movie magic, let's skip this part of the installation and see if this thing actually works. Alright, the silicone has set for the valve cover. So what we're going to do is start the car now. We are going to we do 2 diagnostics and clear DCT code, and that's it, guys. So I didn't tighten up the alternator belt, but as you can see, the car is running perfectly fine. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the car off. That's it, guys. It works perfectly fine. So I suggest you guys go ahead and pick up one of these. It's pretty dope because when I had that broken gauge from the last video you guys seen, I was able to use this, and it gave, oh, and you see now it says look, perfect. And you guys seen it on the dash too. No DCT codes. Let's see. It's pretty cool. Trip, speed, tach, miles per gallon, voltage, map, coolant, distance, quarter mile, 0 to 60 miles per hour, speed and distance over time on braking, DCTs, shows all your fuel trim, coolant, everything. So yeah, I was racing that STI the other night on the freeway, and I pretty much smoked this. Again, he gave me a thumbs up, and something went like haywire on this car. Another thing that happened on this car was the spark plug seals were leaking oil. So not only did the sensor fail, but we also had oil in the spark plug where the spark plugs go, so we had a misfire. The exciting thing now is everything's taken care of. The car's running back good like it's supposed to. So we're gonna go ahead and dyno this thing and see what it can make, all stock on a dyno. And then we're gonna put intake header exhaust on here and maybe a cam. I'm not sure. We might put a cam up in there and dyno it again with the Honda and see if this thing can spit fire. After that, then we'll go ahead and turn the turbo on, because somebody might wonder what a stock swap might be, and then, you know, we might have some kids or someone who has a little bit of money to do some light performance mods at home and want to check out what type of horsepower gains they might see from some simple mods like intake header and exhaust. So we'll do intake header exhaust, maybe throw a throttle body in there since we're gonna go turbo anyway, and the Honda, and see what that does, and then we'll do the turbo as the end result, and then we'll slap a meth kit on here. So those are the plans with the Honda. We're about to have some fun, guys. Again, I just can't wait to get the intake header exhaust on here. and we'll smog the car and then get back to the business with the turbo, guys. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, follow, subscribe. This is Dylan with Diverse Ford Research and Built to Drive Media. Signing out, guys.
Perfect.